and welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. Well, the primary is right around the corner, and you realize the fact that for most people, their idea of government is it's broke. We're not getting what we need to get from our government, and of course, we send people up there to represent us, and then when their votes are taken, you wonder, where did that come from? Kind of an unusual thing. Our guest today is Becky Gerritson, and Becky, you are going to be running for the U.S. House of Representatives. And your district obviously goes from Dothan all the way up to parts of Montgomery.
Yes, actually north of Montgomery. It is the largest district in the state.
Isn't that
10,000 square miles.
Absolutely. Well, Becky, you know, a very serious question is the fact that a lot of times a person goes up and they're representing you, and you say, well, something happened, and we always hear the word, well, they had a compromise on that one. And I'm sure that once they get up there, and if you get up there and you're a freshman representative, they're going to pull you to the side and say, well, Becky, if you want anything to go to your district, you got to kind of play the game. And that seems to be what's out there. How do we get the game to stop?
Well, I think one thing that separates me from my opponent is I'm principled. I have been the same when I got into the political world 7 years ago. I have always stood up for limited government. I am not for raising taxes and growing government like my opponent. Right. And so those were things she could compromise on. I have never compromised on those. I do understand that you need to work with both sides. I get that. Right. And you can still do that without waffling on your principles. And I think that because I am bold and because I'm courageous, I can stand up for our principles. And that's what we need in this district, because we have someone representing us who is rated an F by every major conservative organization. And that's just unacceptable for this district.
Yeah, because this obviously, we have a lot of seniors in this area, and they've been involved in government most of their lives, let's face it. But we're seeing a decline right now, and how does it get turned around?
Well, I think 2016 is going to be a great year. I believe that we will have a new president in the White House who will be a conservative. But I think we are seeing the Freedom Caucus within the House already is growing. And I think that we will have a lot of primaries.
And for our viewers, so they know, when you say the word Freedom Caucus, what does that really mean?
This is the group in Washington that are Republicans, but they are the conservative wing of the Republicans. They are the ones standing strong on what the party really stands for: limited government, free markets. And those numbers are growing, and I think they will grow a lot more in the 2016 election. They are the ones that were able to get John Boehner out of office. So I think we will see change when we get true conservatives in Washington.
And that caucus, are there enough in that caucus to make a difference?
There's over 60 now, and they are making a difference. Like I said,
and
getting out John Boehner.
And that's on the House of Representatives side.
Yes. Yes.
Does the same thing kind of hold through on the Senate side, even though I don't want to go there too far?
There are some, I don't remember what their caucus is called. There aren't as many as there are on the House side.
Right.
So we got to work on that.
Well, of course, there's less to pull from also.
True.
Less to pull from. Basically, right now, we're concerned about terrorism, and we're concerned about immigration.
Yes.
Those are two pretty hot topics, are they not?
They are, and that's another thing that separates me from my opponent is Martha Roby funded Obama's executive amnesty. It was illegal. It was his executive action, but she fully funded that. She funded his refugee program. And these are things that I think we need to stand strong against. We need to make sure that our borders are secure and that the laws are being upheld. As we travel the district, and we've made tens of thousands of phone calls into the district over the last few months, this is a very hot topic. This is at the top of the list. People are very concerned about terrorism. They're concerned about ISIS. They're concerned about these unvetted people coming in. And the representation we have now has allowed that to happen.
Okay, then the next thing would be the economy in general.
Yes.
I mean, that's a hot button also.
Yes, it is. And there are so many things that we can do just simply to get the ball rolling. I believe in the penny plan, or also called the 1% plan. If we took government and we asked every agency to just cut 1 penny from every dollar across the board, each agency could decide where they wanted those cuts to come from. We're not talking about huge cuts. We're talking 1 penny.
Right.
If we did that for 5 years, we could have a balanced budget. I think that we need to go in with leadership like that, who is willing to take small steps to get us down the road where we need to be. Because now we just have fighting back and forth with cutting huge programs. Let's just do something we can all do. This is what we do at home. We cut a tiny bit here and there, and pretty soon we're back in balance again.
We take things the way they need to be.
Right.
Between now and obviously the primaries on March the 1st, which is a Tuesday, between now and then, if some of our viewers want to talk to you, can they do that?
Absolutely. One way to find out about me and where I stand on my position on the issues, read my bio, read my videos, news articles that have been done, beckyforcongress.com. But I will give my cell phone number.
Okay.
I'm happy to talk to anyone.
Sure.
It's 334-452-0453.
Okay.
And you can put that on the bottom of this, and I am happy and willing to talk to any and every constituent out there.
Well, thank you so much. And just remember this, the primary is right around the corner. Make sure that you do your homework. Talk to the candidates. That's, they're running. If something bothers you specifically, pin them. Find out how they feel about it. But more importantly, after they're back in office, hold them to what they have to say. We're a great generation. We can do it, and we'll be right back right after this.